Hi second year, welcome to our final week of home learning before we're at least back in school some of the time. So as you can see, we're on week 9 for computing, and this week we're making a Python guessing game. We've got a learning intention success criteria. Today we are learning how to make a simple guessing game in Python, and by the end of the lesson we can create that simple guessing game. Most of us can give feedback on the guessing game. We'll talk what that means in a minute. And some of us can keep a score on that guessing game. Right, now to make our game we need code. So here is the code. This is the first line of code we're going to use. It's import random. This is telling Python to load up all the instructions it needs to make random numbers, because we're having a guessing game and it'll be far too easy if we know in advance what the numbers are going to be. And we're then going to set that random number, so we'll get a, our wee variable, called a for answer. So a equals random dot rand int, so that's going to be a random whole number between 1 and 100. I'm then setting g to 0, so g is going to be our guess. I'm just setting that to 0 to make sure it's not going to get confusing, and it's always good practice to reset your variables to 0 the first time you use them. The instruction to the user, we're going to print, try to guess the number between 1 and 100. And another new bit of code here, while g exclamation mark equals a, and then a colon. Now that exclamation mark equal sign means not equal to. So while g isn't a, so while we haven't got the guess right, it's going to do the following bit of code. It's going to say g equals int, so it's a whole number, input, guess the number. And I know a lot of this code is a bit more advanced than what I'm looking at, and that's why I'm just giving you the code for this. And the bits I'm going to ask you to do on top of this will be a bit more simpler. So g equals int input, guess the number. It's going to ask you to guess the number, and it's going to make sure that that is a whole number. And finally, print well done. So this wee bit in here, this indent here, g equals int input, that bit there is going to get done again and again and again and again and again and again and again until g and a match, because it's only going to repeat this indented line while they don't match. So for today's task, you all should have received an email, on top of the normal email you're getting, asking you to register a website called code.org. We're going to be using that website when we get back to school before the Easter holidays. So please, please, please get yourself registered on that website, follow the instructions in the email, and it's going to make things a lot more simple when we get back to school. But all of us can create the game in Python. We're going to use a slightly different section of the website that we've used before, so if you check the other YouTube video, it will show you how to work that. Most of us can then use if statements to say if the guess is too high or too low, and that's that feedback I was talking about earlier. So after the user has guessed, it'll be very, very helpful if you can say the guess is too high or too low, otherwise it could be guessing forever. And finally, some of us can keep track of the number of guesses the player makes. That's going to involve making another variable to keep track of the score and adding one onto it every time the player makes a guess. And at the end of it, after the loop, after it says well done, it will tell you how many guesses you've got as well. So that is all of our work for today. It doesn't seem like that much, but some of it can be quite tricky. If anybody gets stuck at any point at all, please, please, please email us, ask us, let us know, and we will help you as quickly as we can. Good luck everyone, and we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.